like magic, but yes, it's been 10 weeks that right now going from multiple 5 figures, 6 figures to now talking about 7 figure deals, multi 7 figure deals in these 10 weeks. I mean, the best physique of my life. I think that the biggest change, the challenge was I don't see the questions, I don't see what actions gonna drive me here, and you knew exactly where to unlock this. And like,
That's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear.
My name is Justin. I am a high performance and mindset coach, and I'm here today with
Miquel Tirones.
yes, sir. And we had an amazing coaching program that went for 10 weeks. And yeah, just tell me a little bit about what did you struggle with? You know, what was your main concern before you started working with me?
Yeah, Justin. So, in concern, I was feeling there was something I didn't see on myself. I felt like there was some dark part, some place without light. Not dark in the sense of I had any major problem. Indeed, we were talking about this. I started with pretty high energy, like 9 out of 7 of energy, financially cool, relationships all good, health perfect. Like no. Oh, I was in a deep hole. It was more like, damn it, I got here, but I don't see what it's needed for me to go to the next step. There were some desires I wanted to fulfill, more self-actualization, and I didn't see. I felt there was this lack of light. It was like, oh, cool. Let me see if Justin. That's something that got my attention from your post, which was like, oh, you are very good at identifying what the other can't see. And when I saw that, it's like, oh, that's the kind of coach that I want. Somebody that can see things and that can, turn on the lantern, like turn the light on, and be like, oh, look, there's this in here, and this in here, this in here, and this in here. Look at that. Let's explore it. And that's exactly what happened for these 10 weeks. And right now, I can just tell that it seems like magic, but yes, it's been 10 weeks that right now going from multiple 5 figures, 6 figures to now talking about 7 figure deals, multi 7 figure deals in these 10 weeks. My fitness just like improved much more, double trainings. I mean, the best physique of my life. And it's been through my journaling, my writing, my pondering, my musings on the questions that came up in our sessions, the action items that you send every week at the end of the session. You summarize the session, send me a document, and there are some action items there. Then having the time to reflect on that and implementing, taking action, that's been very helpful. I think that the biggest change, the challenge was, oh, I don't see the questions, I don't see what actions going to drive me here, and you knew exactly where to tap to unlock this. And like,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah, that's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. Yeah, it was like a lot of I guess partially shadow work to do, but then also bring a lot into your awareness first, right? And it's like, okay, Miquel, like, you're already headed into the right direction, but then just like, look at this, look at that. Maybe here you got to work on here, and through that kind of questioning and then self-analysis and self-reflection also, to kind of just guide you, with more confidence into the right direction. And like if you don't mind me asking, how do you think was your overall mental state before you started? And I know you said like physically and all, you were quite doing well, it was pretty good, but how were you like mentally, in terms of like limiting beliefs? What was like?
yeah,
That was kind of really lucky me.
mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a misalignment on what I wanted, lack of clarity on what I needed to do, and then doing it. Like, I truly believe that successful people, and the more I study them on biographies, and the more I talk to them, I interview them, or I hang out with them, the more I see that it's people who have the clarity of where they're going, and when they have the roadmap, they implement right away what they need to do. And I was having a struggle on that. For example, it's like, great, for my next level of wealth, there are certain things I must do. We find out that there were some other things that I wanted to do, but then the problem with this in the execution. So if somebody listening is like, oh yeah, I know what I gotta do to be more wealthy, but I'm not taking action, well, there's something in there. There's a blockage. And some of the times it's this lack of light, this darkness. What's the blockage? And it looks like it's difficult to see when you are here. I cannot see, for example, my own iris.
Yeah.
I don't know the color of my eyes if I don't look in a mirror or somebody tells me. Like, it's the same thing. And yeah, it was like stupid things. Stupid in the sense of, now I think it logically it makes no sense, but it's like, why am I focusing on, big deals like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then I'm worrying about what tomato sauce do I buy at the supermarket? I mean, it's lame. It's ridiculous in a logical sense. It does not make sense that I went right 2 weeks ago to the supermarket and saved 40 cents on a tomato sauce or lentils. I was like saving 20 cents on lentils.
Yeah.
There was some shitty programming from my childhood that we find out in the sessions.
Yeah.
And on the other side, I could invest dozens of thousands of dollars in whatever, in residencies or in mentorings or in deals, in properties. It's like I invested a lot of money, during these 10 weeks. And on the other hand, is like poverty mindset in other stuff. And once we fix the small stuff, we're like, oh, I can't afford going to a cafe that eats more than $10. Where does it come from? But I had it here. And anything above this $10, it was like, I don't deserve it. It's like too much for me. Yeah. And then we changed this programming, and I could afford, of course, I could afford it before, but it's just like mentally, I said, oh, you deserve going to places and spend $50 in a breakfast, $100, whatever it is, $500 in a dinner, whatever. And it's like, boom, it's this match of the reality that I want, the actions that I want to take, the things that I can even do financially, and then doing it because there's no blockage, there's no limitation, lack of, I do not deserve, lack of confidence, bullshit programming from my childhood, etc., etc. And it's crazy, like how literally after one session we're like, okay, let's talk about this tomato sauce issue, and boom, we just started making this question, and we went down the rabbit hole, and and in one session it's like, oh, now I understand where it comes from. And when I made the unconscious conscious, and I was conscious of the stem, the root of it, I just took the plant from the root and plop, out, solved. Next week I was enjoying the best food in the supermarket or any store that I wanted to go, the best restaurants, no guilt, no problem. Crazy in one session. Yeah. And this like every week. The other week was about relationships, like clarity on what I want in a relationship with the woman I want to build family with. Other weeks where it's pretty impressive how versatile you've been. Yeah, to be honest, because we could talk about money, we could talk about business, we talked about training, even like my fear of pushing my limits on the training. I'm an athlete, so there's a lot of pain involved in my trainings, and you helped me overcome this feeling on the pain and fears that I got from that. It's like, it's crazy. It's surprising, positively surprising how versatile you are just in a myriad of topics.
Yeah, thanks very much. I mean, you've done the work, if you hadn't done the work, then nothing would have happened. So, it's you to, I just kind of guided you, right? And but it's just amazing to see your progress. I love it. And as you said, there were so many different kind of challenges along the way, and then however, all of them kind of, I would say, are interconnected because all of those had something to do with, some, limiting beliefs, some beliefs that you couldn't see that you were still running on, like some programming, as you said, with the, buying the discount items at the supermarket and all of that. So, just to kind of bring these things into your awareness and just highlight them and say, hey, like you want to grow into this next identity. You're already making the moves, but are you still like you're making the moves, but are you also acting this way, in all kinds of areas of your life, because yeah, going from this one place that you were before, really like embodying this new person that you want to be. And I think you brilliantly like implemented and took action right away, without questioning also, and saw the result like immediately, and I think also, yeah, all of that is, there's so many different areas like that we think, okay, well, this is one issue that has nothing to do with the other one. However, it does, right? Like you say, okay, you had some beliefs that maybe not training so hard and all of that, but then most of those issues that perhaps don't really have anything to do with your business, they actually do, because if you perhaps don't perform it here a lot, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So oftentimes this can kind of, yeah, once you improve your performance in one area, then ultimately it will also increase in the other area. So I think it was really amazing to see and to witness that with you. Yeah, and I think like you already mentioned some of the methodologies that I helped you with, with the questioning, all of that, to bring these things to your consciousness by, asking the question, going deeper, going to the root causes, even going back to some old programming that emerged in your, I guess, childhood even, or in your, as a teenager. But yeah, what were some other methodologies or techniques that you really liked in our program that helped you a lot, in the, yeah.
That you consume good quality content yourself. You read books, you watch videos that are very insightful, even like interviews, etc., etc. So you then share that with me. It's very easy to be in a hole. If I'm in the worst situation in my life and I'm down in a hole, I can even pay a whatever, a $50 session with whatever psychologist, whatever coach, because it's pretty, I'm not gonna say easy, but damn it, if you are well and somebody's in a hole, pretty much anybody can do a good job putting, uplifting somebody when they're in a 0 to get to a 1, a 2, a 3. It's possible. But when I'm in a 9, I started with 8, 9, 9, 10 in the scale, 0 to 10 that you sent me, the form in the beginning, the assessment. It's like, damn, it's not easy to find somebody who can coach somebody who is doing decently well already.
Yeah.
There are many people that I'm like, oh, but you have like everything you want in life, and it's like, yes, I know, I want more. So it takes somebody with great skill, with great knowledge, and with the resources. That's one of the parts of the methodology I like. You are wired for high performing coaching, truly, and that's rare to find. There are many coaches, but there are many coaches that live in poverty. And I'm not just saying financial, I'm talking about mind poverty. They don't educate themselves, they don't read, they don't consume high quality content, and you do. And then the resources that you send me, they are valuable. Because what's the point of paying for a coach, even if it's very cheap, this coach, whatever. And then it's like they are sending you resources that you don't look, you don't watch, you don't consume because they are not helpful. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, invest in a coach, that knows how to bring you up, even if you're doing well. I think that's your higher edge here. Justin, is like, you are very good, very talented with people that are doing well, and they want to do even better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing your perspective on that. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, it's amazing. Like, how would you say how supported did you feel also between our coaching sessions? Like, yeah.
Oh, totally, 100%. Well, the fact that I'm, you reach out, you respond, you answer very, very fast on Telegram, and it's like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm in doubt on something. Should I do this, that? I have some questions in there, and boom, you respond, and you are there emotionally to support, to give some guidance, or why don't you consume this, or why don't you read that book? It's very interesting, or check this video, and you send me the link. Things like that is like, oh, that's awesome, because I value time a lot, and that you are respectful with time. You showed up every day, like even 5 minutes earlier to our sessions. It's like communication has been impeccable. Anytime that we need to reschedule the call or whatever it happens, like, yes, yeah, I love that. I think that's part of the coaching that I like the most. You are being very respectful with the time. you're very on time, also delivering the document after the session. You said today or tomorrow before noon, I'm going to send it to you. It's like, oh, the document is there,
Yeah.
So you're very, you have these values of high performing people. So you definitely are one of these. So that's why I felt very, very comfortable during this time weeks with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome to hear that. Yeah, thanks. And just I think to wrap it up, like, do you think you would have been able to overcome like some of the challenges that you had in the beginning in the short amount of time that we had now, by yourself?
No, definitely not. It would have taken longer. But the tomato sauce thing, it's something that I already talked to one of my ex-girlfriends in the past, like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And I got myself like a few weeks ago already doing it. Still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it. And I mean, there are some things that I could have, put the sheet under the carpet, just like cover with the carpet.
Yeah.
But it was not fixed. It was not from the rules, from the plan, just like this.
Yeah.
And with you, it's just like not faster. That indeed we accomplish results faster. But I realized that we were able to go to the root, really the stem, the source of the things, and fix it from there. So yeah, I'm happy that I brought things that I tried to solve myself in the past, kind of fixed, kind of temporarily, improved, but it was not completely. And I can say after these 10 weeks, we cleared so many things. Now the water is crystal clear, it's transparent on many issues that I have been carrying with me for the last 4 or 5 years, even before things on my childhood. So yeah, it's very impressive. Not the speed, but also the depth of the healing and the improvement on different areas.
Amazing. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. And final question: like, what would you tell someone that is currently in the same situation that you were before our coaching? And felt how you felt? Like, what would you share with that person or advise the person to do?
Yeah, what helped me a lot, it's do one session with you. Like, there are a lot of very great marketers and sellers out there. Yeah, I'm a great coach and I can help you accomplish this and that and blah blah blah. It's like, good. After 5 minutes, you can tell if that person is legit or not. So I would say, pay Justin 15 minutes, 30-minute coaching call. Like, it's enough. In 15 minutes, you will see everything that I'm telling. And if you don't feel it's a match call, you just pay 15 minutes. You shake hands, you're friends, good to go, or pay for 30-minute session with Justin. So yeah, something that helped me was like just committing to one small window of time, the first time we met.
Yeah.
And then it's like, feeling it. And then after the first 5 minutes, not even 15, 5 minutes, I was just like, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do this 10-week program together for sure.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend anybody doing that. It's like, get us a short session, try it, fix one little problem, or bring one topic, one difficult topic, difficult thing that you've tried to solve yourself to Justin, and just see the magic happen. Then you'll decide, with conviction. Yeah, that's what I would encourage anybody doing it with you. Yeah.
Hey, Miquel, I appreciate your work so much. And it was great to see your growth, your journey, to just accompany you on your journey and to see this tremendous improvement, and all of that. And as I said, like, I was just the person that, kind of helped you to open your eyes and show you, hey, this is how it looks like, and go there. But then you did the work, you did 99% of the work. So I was really, it was a pleasure, and it was amazing to work with you. And, definitely keep the flame burning, and just, all the best.
Yeah, and just like final word for people to know, if I didn't like it, I didn't want to continue 3 more months. And we just talked about going 3 more months, 12 more weeks together. So again, that's another proof of the conviction, and doing it myself, putting in action what I'm telling you. I'm also doing it myself, putting my words where my actions are. So thank you, Justin, and for 12 more amazing weeks together.
Definitely.
Looking
I'm
forward to
excited.
it.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Miquel. Take care.